goddess of magic is missing. Her champions banished. Trapped. Powerless. They must become worthy.
Hello everyone, welcome to Unbound. This is our new original 5th edition D&D campaign that uses adventures from Uncaged Anthology. Uncaged Anthology is a collection of myth and folklore themed modules that subvert tropes around mythological beings and monsters that are women. I am joined here with my beautiful cast. We have been having a lot of fun with web captioner. This is an experimental piece of technology, so please do forgive any strange translations it might pick up. It will become more accurate over time as we use it more often, but it will also say really strange things sometimes because it is being live transcribed, and I hope that it can help improve your experience here. So we're going to go around and introduce ourselves. Don't worry about your characters for now. We are going to introduce them narratively, but why don't you tell us a bit about who you are and what you're all about? And we'll start with Dungeon Dame.
That's me. Hi, I'm Dungeon Dame. I don't do a lot of streaming anymore, like at all. It's been a very long time, but I do appear on Stella's channel rather frequently to play some one-shots, and now this. I'm so excited. I like to paint minis. That's what I used to stream. I just do it not under a camera anymore. Yeah, that's me.
Excellent. Thank you. And I love your hair so much.
Thank you. It's blue. In case you couldn't tell.
Next, we have Bravo.
Yeah, I'm Bravo. I'm doing more frequent streaming than I definitely have before. I stream over at the Monty Hall, which is a co-owned channel with me and my friend Nick. I do D&D writing and content, and I also draw like a little bit, just a little bit. But that's about it. That's me.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, we have, and forgive the web captioner because this is not going to work at all. Giggly Dendrolagus.
Hi guys, I'm Giggly Dendrolagus. You can call me Giggly. Cool with that. Everybody does. I stream sometimes. It's been a while, but I do it every once in a while. Other than that, I just sling coffee for work right now and play D&D. So.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, we have EJ.
Hi, I'm EJ. I don't stream. I have never streamed, but I'm very happy to be here. I am currently a pre-law student, but that is all I do.
And play D&D.
And play D&D.
Yeah, that too.
Big brains in D&D.
Woo! Awesome. Okay, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So we're going to open up the scene here with a little bit of narrativeness. Some nights when you dream, you remember your home. A garden of wonder filled with twisted trees entwined with moonbeams, shadowed ponds kissed by starlight, and long lavender fields where your queen's hounds would chase polecats. Polecats are little ferrets. Just let you know, because I was like, that's weird. What is that?
What?
Wait, but it's a thing. The Grove of Hecate was a sacred place, a sanctuary in the tumultuous and untamed realm of the plane of magic. It began as a pinpoint of pressure in your core, the sudden sinking feeling of a weight that something was wrong. You touched the threads of magic around you and pulled, trying to reach for your goddess, but you realize she is not here. Where did she go? What is happening? You remember seeing the sky suddenly break open, flashes of ruby-colored lightning crackling violently against the calm and welcoming darkness of your world. The electric force crunches reality like glass, splitting boundaries. Something bleeds in, staining these sacred fields as panic sets in. In the end, all you see is red. It has been 5 years since you were cast out of the plane of magic. 5 years without your powers. And 5 years of learning what it is like to be mortal and alone. It is a chilly night, early spring in the year 1495 DR. The kind of cold night that breathes a haze on warm windows, and flowers are kept from a full bloom. It is exceptionally dark tonight. There is a new moon. And we see the camera slowly panning in on the city line of Waterdeep. And it goes weaving between buildings and eventually settles on an alleyway, shadowed and almost empty, save for a few figures. We see 2 people in what appears to be a circle of thugs. The boss's patience has officially expired. You have been given a handsome loan and a boat, by the way, which is now at the bottom of the bay. The Sword Cloak gang always gets paid, and we're going to collect by taking your little friend here. Can you describe what Quickfoot looks like when Quickfoot is in a cage?
Dang nabbit, Quickfoot! All right, well, Quickfoot is a friend of mine, a friend of Alaris's. He's a little raccoon. He's quite small for a raccoon, probably quite young. And he's got the full raccoon mask. His gray is a bit of a silvery color as opposed to a dark gray. It glistens in the moonlight, kind of like starlight. And he looks very scared and sad because he's never been in a cage before. Alaris does not keep him in a cage. He wanders freely about.
Excellent. Yes. So what we see here is this little raccoon in a cage. You see its little claw hand just gripping at the bars and it's shaking. You see its little tail wrapped around its body. And there are a few rogues here. They're all wearing this gray cape, which is long and billowing here as the sea winds push towards you from the bay area. And you are surrounded. What does Alaris look like?
Alaris is a petite woman with short cropped hair. It's black, it's shaved on one side. She wears a half-broken crimson mask with gold inlays that covers up half of her face. Her right side is free, and her clothes are mostly in red. She looks a little elegant. They look a little dirty, like maybe she's been into some rough and tumbleness. She keeps 2 short swords on her at all times. And she looks mad right now. She looks real pissed. Hands are at the hilts of her swords currently.
And next to Alaris, we see someone else. Alaris, who has been accompanying you for some time now.
Well, that would be the lovely Samara has been accompanying Alaris.
What does Samara look like?
Samara is a tall, slender tiefling. She has like this blue-gray skin and long silver to like an ombre mint green hair pulled back into a fishtail braid. She's currently wearing, her thigh-high boots, high-waisted pants, and like a big billowy kind of like pirate shirt. It's just a little too unbuttoned, but hanging out with Alaris, she's gotten used to taking care of herself, so she's a little edgy. And her eyes are completely white too.
Oh, love it. So the two of you, plus Quickfoot in a box, are currently surrounded by 5 thugs. You can see that they have all drawn their weapons, and there's definitely some tension here. It has not been favorable for you. You have not had much success in paying off your loan. You have been using supplies and some of the favors that have been offered to you by the sword cloaks to deal with your business. With
You say it in quotation marks. It's legitimate.
Moving things across the water. Moving.
Well, it's not my fault that your boat sank to the bottom of the ocean. You should have given me a better boat. Now, if you would kindly unhand Quickfoot, as he has nothing to do with this, I will choose to let you go. But if you do not unhand Quickfoot, you will be tasting the edge of my blade.
How does Samara look as Alaris?
Samara's just kind of like standing like a step or two back, like picking at her nails, just waiting for this to be over because she's done with it.
Yes. You see them kind of leaning in. They definitely don't shy away. You are outnumbered. Do you know how to count? There's 5 of us. 2 of you. And I don't think this rat counts as any.
Oh, I can count. It seems to me like you're the ones in the outnumbered stage here. I've got 2 blades. Samara's got plenty more where that came from. Looks like you're the ones that are going to be tasting some steel.
Sounds like you are trying to intimidate. Why don't you roll me an intimidation check? Our first roll.
First roll.
Okay, hang on. I gotta roll real dice, guys. I haven't rolled real dice in so long.
Yes,
Okay.
good thing to bring up. So we are going to enable physical dice because I have gotten into a few games where I got to roll physical dice, and I was like, why should we deprive people of this? This is amazing and awesome.
Missed you.
Yes, and then we also do have blessings enabled for this game. Thank you, Godfather Wraith, for the blessing to myself and also Dungeon Dame.
Oh, thank you. Okay, well, I'm gonna use that right now.
Okay, perfect.
And my intimidation bonus is a 5. So let's take a look-see here.
Oh my god.
Samara's
Well,
just
that
very
was
lady.
a 3. So let's try again. Thank goodness for that advantage. That's an 18, so 23.
Okay, excellent. You see them look towards each other, and the one that had been facing you directly just like kind of starts counting. 1, 2, 3. We've got 1, 2. All right, you know what? Let me. All right, here's the deal. I'll give you 2 days. How's that sound? It's a call to compromise, I think. Yes. I learned this word today. Compromise. 2 days. And I'll come up with an excuse for the boss.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to bring math up into this.
Quickfoot, now.
Right, but don't leave town.
Where am I gonna go? I don't have a boat.
Just see him nod. Looks over his shoulder, and the ruffian holding the box opens it. Quickfoot scampers over towards you.
I give him a little pet. Put him on my shoulder.
He's like wide-eyed and shaking in your grip.
Don't ever come near Quickfoot again. We'll see you in 2 days.
2 days. I've got my eyes on you.
At least you can count to 2.
And you see the ruffians behind you step aside, clearing away.
Whew. Woo! We're gonna wait for them to fully clear away before Alaris is gonna go to Samara and be like, ah!
Eventually, the sword cloaks do disperse, leaving the two of you alone in the alleyway. And you find that the area around you is quiet now that the rogues have disappeared. You are in the dock district, and there's a bit of activity down by the water. A few boats have recently pulled in. But otherwise, nothing else at the moment. Quickfoot looks over at Samara with big eyes, is shaking in fear as it hides in Alaris's hair.
I'm just gonna be like, it's okay with baby, just scratch the side of its face.
Yes, it purrs like a cat.
Sure.
Yep, absolutely.
D&D, anything can purr.
Yeah,
Anything.
pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Even dragons, so I hear. Yeah. And as the two of you make your way out of the alleyway, you see, as you look up into the sky overlooking the open bay, there's a streak of light moving across. You see something moving very quickly, like a blade of light, heading towards the distant mountains. And then the camera cuts over into a tavern. We enter the yawning portal in the heart of Waterdeep. And from a distance, we hear music. We hear general merriment. And as we get closer and closer, we can begin to hear the sound of crashing, things being thrown about, roaring, people screaming in blood-curdled terror. And there is a bear rampaging inside of the yawning portal. You see as it picks up an individual and just tosses them like a sack of potatoes off to the side. It crashes through a table, and we see two figures standing next to a well-dressed gnome. Oh no! Please! Someone help! You! Looking over to Avalon. What does Avalon look like?
Okay, Avalon is a massive, massive creature of a person. She has this very, not elaborate, but, big, heavy armor on. And it's giving off kind of wisps of smoke. Her colors are like, she's got a purple, cowl and cape on, and heavy armor with a big great sword, and the mask of like a hound. And she's just kind of looking down at this tiny person compared to her 6'8" stature. And she's the size of a bear. She's right big, she is. But yeah, that's what she looks like.
What does this tiny person next to Avalon look like?
Okay, so I am small, 5'1", dusty little girl. I have red sedimentary skin like the sides of like a canyon or like a ravine or something, and I have like dust flakes falling off of me, and I am standing here looking at the bear, taking notes very fervently. Oh my god, I have never seen one up close like this. This is insane. And that's what yeah.
Yes, this bear looks like it was definitely the winner of Fat Bear Week. It is a chonker. You see that it is a grizzly bear. It has a shaggy mane that is actually quite lustrous and has been combed out pretty neatly. The bear is wearing a frilled collar of pink and purple. Yes, and it's wearing a tiny hat that is attached by a string, and it is currently rampaging. You see the gnome grip at Avalon's cape. Please, you've got to do something about this. Please, don't hurt baby.
Baby?
Baby is my bear.
Baby, do they usually wear hats like this? Or is this just for this specific bear?
Oh, yes, we are performers. You have to understand, baby is going through puberty. He would never do this on purpose. Please, don't hurt
Avalon just
him.
like looks down at the gnome and then looks back at Adon and looks back at the gnome and looks at the bear and then looks at
Well,
Adon.
I really would like a closer look, but I don't
Well,
wanna get
go on,
thrown.
get in there.
I think I'm a good throwing size, so maybe if you could take the lead on this one.
All right, fine. Avalon kind of gets all buff up and cracks her neck and charges at the bear. She doesn't take her sword. She leaves her sword, lets it clang down onto the floor, just goes fists into this bear.
Okay, is this an attempt to
I want
wrangle
to grapple the bear.
You want to grapple the bear? Okay, shit. Every single time I play D&D, I forget the grapple rules. I think it's a contested athletics
Right?
check.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll me athletics.
All right.
All right, let me look up a bear stat sheet. I did not expect you to.
Yeah, I am wrestling a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's
I
plus
am
one.
wrestling a bear. It's
Avalon,
like
if
no
you,
big
if you just
deal.
go around the side, I don't think he can see. He's not looking very carefully. I think that you should just wrap around the side a little bit.
Avalon like charging at the bear, like gives this like offhand comment. It's like Adon. Okay, athletics. Here we go. I almost hit Arcana, which would have been bad.
Oh, a 21. All right, you successfully grapple the bear. Tell me what this looks like.
So Adon definitely, she's gonna wanna kind of like maneuver around, kind of dodging a couple bear paws, and kind of like get behind it and put her arms underneath the big bear arms and then grab the back of the head so that he, you know, when you hold like a cat like that.
Mm-hmm.
So she definitely wants to manage to get the bear in that kind of a position where its head is just kind of like sticking out, but its arms are like out like this, and it's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, the bear's like, "Roar." I don't know what bear noises are. Roar. You see it flailing around and it's trying to wiggle out of your grip. You successfully restrain it in this way, and you hear gasps all around as people behold this scene, quite taken aback that this large mountain of a woman has managed to take care of this creature, and eventually it begins to calm down, and the gnome looks up to Adon, kind of peering over, looking at your notes.
It's like 3 full pages at this point. Does not usually wear hats.
Are you some kind of scholar then?
No, I've just never seen one of these. I mean, I've seen them, but not like in person. You know, I don't really want to go into it right now. But no, not a scholar, just a interested third party.
Oh, I see. You see him like reach into the folds of his cloak and he produces a piece of paper and he slides it towards you. When you open it up, you can see it's an advertisement for Lord Grinder and amazing crew. And it's somewhat of a circus performance, perhaps. It's really vague on what exactly it's for.
Are there gonna be more bears there?
Yeah.
Or is it just the one? Because I've already seen this one.
More than just bears.
Like what?
We've got a giraffe.
I have seen that.
We've got a blink hound.
A real one.
Yes,
Does
definitely.
he wear a hat?
Yes.
I will see you there.
Avalon is like still just holding this bear, like, are you too dumb?
I'm gonna go right up to the front of the bear and I'm gonna like get in real close and like poke around and stuff. Be like, just hold it for like one more second, please, please.
All right.
So when you poke the bear, it's like all fat, right? Like your little quill just like just
Very
disappears.
Squishy.
It's quite warm and fuzzy, yes. And
Well-
eventually the bear starts to get kind of slack in your grip, weighing you down, threatening you to the floor.
Dawn, are you done?
Okay, I'm done. You can put it
You're
down.
done? Okay, great. She just lets the bear fall down.
Good night,
Yeah,
baby. Good
The
night,
bear
baby.
falls onto all four and slowly ambles over towards the gnome, and you see the gnome jump onto its back and gives it a scratch behind its ear. There, that wasn't so bad, was it? It's okay.
Dawn, like, cracks her back.
You're gonna have to learn to accept rejection. It's part of puberty. It's fine. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, I mean, according to my notes, it should clear up in like maybe 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
Just keep a tight hold on her till then.
Oh,
Yeah, hold on
God.
tight.
What did you say your names were again?
I'm done.
Kind of like
I'm
offers his
Avalon.
hand in a
Nice
very
to meet
like doesn't really want to touch you kind of way. Charmed, I'm sure. Okay.
When he pulls his hand away, it's definitely like dusty,
Oh.
dirty.
He looks around for something to wipe it on and he ends up wiping it on the bear. All right, well, do come check out my show and, maybe we can find some work for you. Hopefully, not so much bear wrangling, but won't discount that.
We'll see.
Asking us to join a circus?
I don't think I'd look very good in a hat like that.
No.
Or one
I
of
don't
those
think you would
collars.
either. Well, all right. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye
Thank
now.
you.
All right, goodbye. And he looks around. He looks like he's starting to sweat, looking at all the damage that the bear has done, and begins to promptly ride the bear out of the yawning portal. And as the door
Those. Oh wow.
opens with their departure and slowly begins to close, you see in the distance on the night sky there is something moving across. It appears to be some sort of celestial anomaly. And about
Ooh, we have to follow that. Avalon. We gotta go.
All right. Let me get my sword. Hang on. I'm
about
just gonna run out the door.
Okay, yeah, sure. As you step out, you see that it is heading towards the distant mountains. It is definitely a few hours away.
I don't think we can run all the way there.
I think we can nicely walk all the way there, just fine.
What if somebody gets there before us?
I don't think that's going to happen. Not a lot of people look at the sky here in Waterdeep. I think... Do you see anyone else rushing to go get this anomaly?
No, not now.
No, exactly. So let's nicely walk. Might as well grab a snack while we're out, right? If it's going to be quite a walk.
If we make it fast,
Fine.
I guess.
Let's go. There's no winning with the dawn. Avalon definitely like moves like a dad, like a middle-aged dad. She's doing like the dad jog, like.
And Adon's just like a leash kid, like a kid you keep on a leash.
Yep.
Yeah, dad and leash kid.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the two of you skirt your way out of there, and the camera pans back over to Alaris and Samara, who have just seen this comment.
I'm gonna turn to Alaris and be like, there's something that's telling me we need to go. We need to follow it right now.
All right, well, that's a good enough reason to get out of Waterdeep as any. Let's go.
I'm just gonna turn on the heel and just, here we go.
All right.
So we're gonna. Is it possible that when Adon says, or when Avalon says, you don't see anybody, rushing to go get that star in the distance, very distance, maybe they didn't notice us. We are rushing to go look at this.
Yeah, the camera just kind of pulls
So
back.
bad.
We're just like sprinting out of the black alleyway just towards it as she's saying that.
We get like a bird's eye view looking straight down with the camera, and it's just like this maze of Waterdeep, and we just see like two separate parties just like rushing in the same direction on two totally different sides of Waterdeep. And eventually, at the northeastern gate of Waterdeep, we see 4 winded people who have been sprinting through the streets at night, dodging carts and various stalls that have been closing up for the evening, having to dodge numerous crates of produce and drunken individuals.
Yeah, Avalon definitely, you can't tell she's exhausted face-wise, but she's definitely like any moment that like Adon takes a second to like take in her surroundings, she's like can we slow down maybe just a little bit? Don't
Okay,
cry.
but if it's gone by the time we get there, it's gonna be your fault.
Right, all right, it's my fault. Yes, if it's gone by the time we're there, all right, come on. All right, I caught my breath, let's go.
Could I get an athletics check from either Alaris and Samara?
How's your athletics?
It's 0.
Well, I have a +3, so I think I'll do it.
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, a 7.
Oh.
And then can I get an
Very good.
athletics from Avalon or Adon?
I'm -1, so.
Good, because I'm not. Athletics.
We're gonna lose.
Oh my
Yep,
God.
we lost.
Okay, so that was a 7 from Team Samara and a 23 from Team Avalon. Yeah, y'all definitely get to the gate before them, and you make your way through. As Alaris and Samara come up to the gate, you see that there is a pair of shadowy figures way down the street on the other side of the gate. You definitely don't recognize them whatsoever. Definitely don't get any vibes off them whatsoever. They are total strangers to you. And the guard up on the gate kind of leans on their spear, and they're kind of squinting out towards the rushing, departing figures of Avalon and Adon, and then looks down at the two of you. What's all this then? God, I'm using the same voice. What's all this then? What? It's rush hour for some reason. I did not say Pizza Hut.
Pizza, yeah.
Yes,
It's Pizza Hut hour.
it is. We gotta rush to meet our delivery cart person.
Oh, web captioner. Where exactly are you going?
Out for a midnight stroll. It's a beautiful night, don't you think?
Wait, I think I recognize you. Squinting down at the two of you.
Oh, she has a very recognizable face, so I wouldn't be
Half
surprised.
covered by a mask. Super recognizable.
I'm like, everybody mistakes her for someone else. It happens all the time.
It's true.
Oh, are you someone famous?
I look like someone famous.
Oh, yes. You look like... pull up my name of my NPC. You look like the fantastic Allie.
Yes, I get that lots.
No, yes, there's going to be a performance here in town. That's why you... Yes, I was thinking about it. Anyway, be careful. There are lots of strange and terrible things out in the dark, especially on a day of new moon. And look, points up at the sky. There's a distinct absence of a moon.
Ooh. Ah, yes, very dark out without the moon to light our way. Thank you so much for your concern.
Of course, it's my job, protect the people of Waterdeep and all of that.
And what a fine job you're doing. All right, well, we'll be seeing you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
What a nice guard. As we're like walking off.
Little nosy for my taste. Can't see very well, apparently.
Yeah, it's
Not a very good
when the
watch
moon's not
guard.
out.
Aren't they supposed to be able to see?
As you're like making very rude gestures or, you know, mocking this guard, your little raccoon buddy mimics you, does the exact same thing.
So cute. Well, I think we should just keep going. We just need to get there.
All right. So it is pitch black, dark out. I do believe that everyone has dark vision.
Sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So you were not deterred by the inability to see in the dark, because you can see in the dark. However, you do find that there are very few light sources around you, unless you are to light one yourself. You see that the areas around you are quite shadowed. This road is not one of the more frequently traveled ones. It is in a little bit of disrepair now, as it has weathered over time. And you know that this is the mountain road and is going to eventually lead up towards the mountains. You find that the woods around you are quite overgrown. It cuts right through the Mira forest. And on either side of you, there are bushes that threaten to tug at your clothes if you wander too closely. And you find that your speedy rush is quite draining. It is difficult to maintain your pace. The camera zooms in on Avalon and Adon.
Branches.
Please slow down. Please.
Okay.
I'm so
Besides,
very
I
tired.
kind of wanted to check out this flora right here. I've never been this far into the mountains
Adon,
before. Let me just take. We're gonna take like.
No, we are here in the forest to collect information on one thing. Suddenly,
Well, we're gonna take a break anyways. We're gonna take a break
we
anyways. I
can
could
look
just
on
spend.
the way back. The flora and the fauna will all be here.
Okay. And like, I'll plop down, just puffy.
Come on, we have to go, because that thing landed far into the mountains, and it is dark outside. And I want to be asleep. I'll just be honest with you, my dear. I want to be asleep right now.
Okay, I'll make it fast when we get up there. Don't worry.
Fantastic. Let's go.
Alaris and Samara, you find that your expediency is taking a great toll on you. You find yourself
Okay, go ahead.
on a forested road. Continue.
Oh, Samara, are you sure that we have to go? That's far. You sure we have to go up there?
Yeah, I just think we should have worked out more. You know, being on that boat doesn't really help.
We skipped too many leg days.
We did. We're all in our arms. I'm just like,
It's just
it's too much. We need to work on our legs. We need to work on the cardio.
no, I don't want to work on cardio anymore. Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's just do like a brisk walk. That sounds better.
Can we do like a slow walk?
Yeah, let's do slow walk. All right, what am I thinking?
Yeah, you lead the way.
I'm just like holding her hand, dragging her along.
Shuffling my feet.
I'm like, you're moving too slow because I have like really long legs. So I'm just like dragging her with me.
My short legs aren't keeping up super well.
Avalon and Adon, you find that the road begins to take a bit of an incline, and it grows steeper and steeper as you continue. Your calves burn. You are sweating profusely. The night air is chilly, and it threatens to shake you to your core as your sweat cools. And roll me perception checks, both of you. That's a 7 from Avalon.
Sorry, just a second.
I'll
I'm
take
so
your time.
focused on not dying right now.
So I rolled twice, I think.
Oh, that's fine. And a 16 from Adon. Okay, yeah, you can't see anything, Avalon. Adon. You feel the hairs on the back of your neck sort of stiffen. There's an electric sort of feeling that prickles at your nerves. You get the feeling that there's someone behind you, and when you look behind you, you see in the distance down the road there are two figures. One seems to have a bit of a lumpy shadow as if there's something on their shoulder, but you can't quite make it out. You don't recognize these people.
Avalon.
What?
I think we should keep going. I think we can take a break when we get up there, but I think there are people behind us, and I think that we should just keep going for now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna like grab her hand and try to start walking.
Wait, Adon, why are we going? What is going? What? Can't we just rest here?
I want to be the first ones there. I want to be the first ones there. I don't want anybody to take samples before I do. So I think there are people behind us, and I think we just really have to go.
Wait, what? What? You think there are people behind us?
Do you not see that?
No. What are you talking about?
I mean, I could be saying things wrong again. Let me be the first. Do you really not see them?
But once she pointed them out, I can see them.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Oh shit. Maybe we can strike.
Please.
Don, please.
We can walk. They look like they're going slow.
Oh my god. If we don't make a fire now, this is gonna be so bad. My dear, be rational. If anything, we can just kill them and then get the samples ourselves.
Okay.
Yes, alright.
Okay.
Who knows,
So
maybe they're
you wanna
bandits,
sit
and then
here
it'll
for
be
a few
more of an
minutes?
excuse.
You want to just sit here for a few minutes? We can do that.
Just stay here, please. Let me just. I'm not gonna sit. Avalon isn't gonna sit, but she is gonna put her sword in the ground and lean on it a little bit. She is tired, but she doesn't want to seem not intimidating to these new people coming.
I'm gonna go hunch over one of the bushes and start to like pick at the leaves and stuff and just like check out what kind of plants are over here.
Go ahead and
On a
roll me
real
a
break.
nature check.
Not good at that either.
A 20. Excellent.
Okay.
Wow.
You know that this particular bush. Yes, you've read about this. This is a type of bush that has kingsweed. You know that the leaves of this particular bush are good for absolutely nothing.
Perfect. I will still take note of it.
Okay. It does have these really pretty leaves, though. You see that they are quite feathered at the ends. So it has like a broad leaf shape, and it has like little tufts of hair along the edge.
I'm gonna grab one and I'm gonna take it over to Avalon and be like, look at this. Look at this leaf.
She's
Do you
not looking.
see it?
She's not looking. But
I don't notice that she's not looking. I'm gonna continue to point out how the leaves feather out to her.
Yeah. This situation has happened more than once. She's like, that's fantastic, Adon. Please tell me more. No, go on. Yes. The whole time her eyes are locked on the people coming up the road.
Okay. Alaris and Samara, you are making your way up, and you find that the road begins to take a bit of an incline. Can I please get perception checks from both of you?
Absolutely. Perception is 2.
That's a 17 from Samara.
20.
Is it a nat 20?
It's a nat 20.
Excellent.
Yeah.
First nat 20. Woo! Instantly, the two of you see that there are figures in the distance. You can see there's one much significantly larger and bulkier than the other, appears to be leaning against a sword of some kind. The other one is shoving something in their face. You can't quite make it out. But you can see that they are not necessarily in an aggressive pose or anything like that, but Alaris, you can tell that Avalon is looking straight at you.
Well, hello.
I'm just gonna whisper in Alaris' ear, be like, what's going on?
Contact us now.
Oh, you should wink.
I don't know what these people are, Adon. I'm confused.
You can't really tell it's a wink because it's hard to see her eye that's under the mask.
I think something's in her eye. She keeps blinking very funny.
Wait, how close are they?
Pretty far still, I think.
Pretty far, but boy, can I see him.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention.
She's got that cry vision. She's like,
Eventually, the distance closes.
halt! Now she kind of gets big and scary now that she's caught her breath, and now she's a little bit more stern with the mask of no emotion. What business do you have on this trail?
We're going up it.
Why?
To go up it?
I don't really think there's anything up there.
Nothing up
What?
here.
Why are you going up it?
This is our trail.
I don't see your name on it. What is your name? I don't even know what your name is, but I don't see it here.
What's your name?
None of your business?
Well, mine's none of your business either.
Well, then I don't think it's your trail.
It is my trail. Can't you
It's
tell?
not your trail. It's my trail.
I'm just gonna start.
Dawn's gonna like hunch down and write a dot down into the with her finger.
There.
Be like, my name's right there, actually.
Can't
As
you see?
they're having this argument, I'm just gonna walk past them all and just continue on.
Hey, whoa! What's going on here?
Be like, listen, if you want to come with, but I, it seems like we're going to the same thing, because obviously, why in the hell would we be up here?
Is it the shiny thing?
Let's,
Did you
let's
guys
just all go together, okay?
Right.
Yes, it's
but
the shiny thing.
It's a shiny thing?
Yes,
But-
it's a shiny thing.
my friend here wants to take samples, and she
I
will be
really
the
wanna
first
take
person
samples.
to take samples out of the two of you. Do you understand?
I don't
They
want to
can-
touch it.
Fantastic.
Go for
All right,
it.
I'll lead the way.
Perfect. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Sounds good.
What have I done?
Wait. What is everyone's names? We never gave each other names.
Well, and she reads the writing in the ground. Well, that's a
I'm
Dawn.
so sorry. Everybody roboted for a second. What just happened?
We're going up the mountain
Together.
Okay.
together, and now we're introducing everyone to each other.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Caught up. Woo! So
Yes, that is a Dawn. This is her
Dawn.
trail.
this is her. Well, her name is on it now, so I suppose that's accurate, following the same logic. All right. Well, I'm Alaris.
Alaris.
This is Quickfoot. And she points at the raccoon.
Oh my god.
The raccoon starts to hiss at you.
Because I'm gonna get up real close to it, or I'm gonna try. I'm gonna approach the raccoon.
Dawn, how tall are you?
5'1".
Oh my God, we're the same height. The raccoon is at eye level to you.
Wow.
Adon.
Samara.
Hello, Samara. How tall is Samara?
She's like 5'10".
Okay. Tall, small.
Tall, small.
How tall is Avalon?
She is 6'8".
All tall.
Tall.
I'm Samara.
Hello, Samara. Yes, this is Adon. My name is Avalon, and I don't have any fun pets to introduce.
I mean, you introduced me. We should go up now.
Okay, alright. Oh my goodness. There she goes. Yeah, just follow her. She knows where she's going.
I'm gonna write my name in the trail too.
Should she just say she's your fun pet to introduce? Is that what just happened here?
No, listen.
Oh,
A
that's
dog is
totally
a
their dynamic.
Creature of her own surmise, occasionally. She's much like a runaway dog on occasion. You think that you have an eye on her, suddenly she's 6 blocks down Waterdeep, and you search all day for her till you find her asleep in the tavern room that you have rented the entire time. You know what I mean?
So she's your pet.
No,
Yeah, that
But-
sounds like something
yeah,
Quifa would do.
kind of. That's more like a... Anyways, let's go up the mountain.
Then I don't hear
Don't
this.
ask me about my personal life, I don't know you.
Yeah, Dawn's like gone. Speaking of,
Speaking of, and I've lost her. Let's go.
Could I get insight checks from everybody?
Oh. Alrighty.
17.
Okay.
Who am I
Uh,
Cassandra B? I should be Avalon.
Change your name, girl.
I should
all right,
be
that's a
Avalon.
9 from Samara, a 10 from Avalon, 17 from Alaris, and 14 from Adon. Okay. Alaris.
Mm.
You have a gut feeling. These people seem familiar somehow. Can't exactly put your finger on it quite yet. But, you know, that kind of feeling of, I think I used to know this person, but I totally forgot their name and maybe I knew them in a previous life or something like that.
That terrible banter of "this is my thing, no, this is my thing" felt very familiar to Alaris.
You have a flashback to, like, when you were squabbling over a piece of bread or something in the plane of magic, you know, just
Casually.
plane of magic things. So we
She's
had
gonna like squint at Avalon again, just like
Avalon
that
is
same
like...
thing.
Avalon, like, is definitely, like, looking down at her, but, like, you can't tell with the mask. She just looks like she's looking straight on. And she's definitely like, what the fuck? Girl, keep looking at me, see what happens.
Adon, you have this gut feeling where you're like, I've seen something like this exchange before, and you have a flashback to 2 individuals made out of pure fire and air, and they're kind of squabbling over a piece of bread in the plane of magic, and then you're like over here in the corner, like munching on like an astral cookie or something, and you're just watching the 2 of them from a distance, and you kind of like have this vague memory. But it could just be a coincidence.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep moving. I'm gonna completely ignore that for the time being.
So the group of you move together up the mountainside, and you find that the sounds of Waterdeep begin to escape you as distance is put between. And I can't find this song. Where's this song? And you find that it feels quite alone up here. The chill of the night begins to creep in. Your pace slows and you feel the sweat turn clammy on your skin. And you breathe deeply. There is a heady scent of ozone, a dampness to the air that was not present before. And eventually, you make it to a rocky face that will take quite a bit of effort to climb. You do have adventuring gear. You do have everything in your inventory, so don't forget that. But this looks a bit precarious to just climb on your own.
Avalon, how good's your throwing arm?
Want me to throw what? Your raccoon?
I was gonna say Adon. She seems small.
Oh, I've
that's-
thrown a
How
dog.
tall is it?
I have thrown a dawn before.
How tall is the thingy?
The rock face is about 10 feet tall.
That's throwing distance.
Oh, yeah. You're almost that tall, Avalon.
I'm
Can't you just
essentially...
give me a little, give me a little boost?
Yeah, alright. She just picks up a dawn. Just-
Adon, go ahead and roll me athletics with advantage, please.
Come on, use those arms I've been teaching you to use.
As this is going on, I'm gonna be like, Alaris, come on. And I'm like trying to like flex. Like just like lifting Alaris up.
Sue.
I'm gonna do a total.
She kind of looks like a cat that you picked up by the arms. Just like, what are you doing?
Wait, so like when she picks up Alaris, does Alaris's body get long like a cat? You just
Yeah. So like her arms are like straight down. Like, okay, so this is how Andrew picks me up sometimes, just like straight under the armpits.
Oh.
I'm just gonna pick her up. I'd be like, make me look good, and I'm gonna like lift her up more.
Hey Dawn, you definitely get up with the help of Avalon, no problem whatsoever. That's a 16 athletics. Alaris, go ahead and roll athletics with advantage, question mark?
Garbage. Yes, is it with advantage? That's either a 13 or a 4, so I'm going 13.
Okay, yes. There's a little bit of scrabbling, but no problem.
That's about right. Sorry, just God, it's okay.
Right.
So how are you getting up? She says, looking down.
I offer my arm down to Avalon.
So, sweetheart, that's not gonna work.
I can pull you up.
No, why don't we help?
Should we
Samara,
just help each other?
Samara, do you need a hand?
Probably.
Right.
I think we both.
As
do.
Alaris is pulling out like rope from her bag, she just sweat it. Like I could tie the rope and just.
I'm sure once all three of you get up there, the three of you can haul me up, right?
Should be.
We could certainly try.
Like,
Amazing.
I'm pretty strong.
Right. And then she's just gonna whoop, get Samara up there.
I'm gonna do like a little bit of like a dive, and then.
Go ahead and roll athletics at advantage.
Who do you want to do that?
Samara.
Ah, stop.
Roller it again. That's
19.
better.
Yes, absolutely. No problem. You're up.
Yeehaw, brother. I'm gonna offer my hand down.
Alaris is gonna hold on to Samara.
I'm gonna be like in a squat position with my hand like down between my legs, ready.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Go ahead and roll athletics with advantage, Avalon. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh. Heck yeah.
Tell
You
me-
didn't need our help. You just like
Good girl.
Avalon, tell me what this looks like.
I imagine that Avalon definitely like found like one good footing, and since she is maybe essentially almost to the ledge, she's very big. She was able to just kind of like do like a quick little scuff off the ledge thing with her foot and kind of jump and grab the top, and then using her big meaty arms is able to just kind of push herself up and within the help of her
Mhm.
friends
Absolutely.
grabbing onto her cape and like
You all get the sense that you probably didn't even need to help Avalon, but an effort was made.
Listen, I'm just trying to be nice.
I think you did a great job.
Let's go.
Thanks.
and she's off. Go on, Adon, show us the way.
She's like a hound with a scent.
She's very good at it. You should see not only an hour ago we were fighting a bear in a tavern and she was all over that thing.
Interesting.
Yes, I thought so as well.
Why was there a bear in the tavern?
You know, I thought that as well. Sitting in there enjoying my peace. And then there was a bear. Don't know why. Some performers are in town, apparently.
Oh, I did hear that.
Yes.
The
So-
alley something. Mm.
Yeah, I did not care to listen, but there was a bear, and I did have to wrestle it, but Adon was very intrigued. So I'm not surprised something like this has caught her attention, so much so that she is able to track it down with relative ease.
Well, I mean, the bear sounds fake, but okay.
Fake news.
You just see the mask, just click over to Samara, and then look back at Alaris.
When she looks at me, I'm just gonna wink at her.
Oh my god. Oh. Alright, anyways. Let's just keep going.
Adon, can I please get a perception check since you're leading the way?
Yes, you can.
Oh, nat 20. Very nice.
Oh.
Woohoo.
I see.
You see?
I see everything.
You notice there are no birds, there's no crickets. All life forms around you seem to have vanished. There's an eerie silence. You can hear the sound of the wind howling through the trees, but that's pretty much it. And the crunch of the dirt underneath your feet. The groaning of Avalon's armor.
Well, that's wrong.
I don't think it's anything right now. I think that I just need to take a look at what we're going for here.
Something scared you.
because-
What's wrong?
No, I mean it's just like so you know how they're. Do I need to explain like crickets to you guys? You know what crickets are? I have notes right here, but basically there are always crickets and they're always making noise, but they're not making noise right now, and I feel like they should be, but I don't know what it is yet. So I really just want to take a look.
Well, perhaps
Right.
you're scaring them away.
Oh, you know what? I have done that before.
Oh,
I thought I
think
was
Adana's
being
doing a perfectly
relatively
good
quiet
job.
this time.
I think she's doing a perfectly good job doing whatever she's doing. I have never met a cricket that would be scared of Adon. I think you're doing fantastic. Maybe it's the weather. That happens, right? Really cold.
Yes.
You're fine. It's not
Doesn't
you.
happen.
this is
One's not the
Yes,
brightest.
that is probably that's probably it. Let's.
Exactly. Then she kind of looks at Alaris like, how dare you?
Galaris isn't convinced.
I'm just like, sorry, can you explain to me what a cricket is? Like I'm 5.
Yeah,
Obviously
I definitely
being
can. Okay,
very
so
sarcastic.
here, picture this. I do not pick up on the sarcasm. I
Yeah,
explain what a cricket is.
Like, wow, thanks.
I have like these awfully done illustrations in my notebook that I like completely forget about our goal for a second and like show it to you.
Adon's here.
Yes, okay. The thing, okay. And I'll go on forward.
I'm going to keep a weather eye lookout.
Yeah,
Since these
I'll
crickets
help with
have
that.
Been quiet.
Thank you.
Yeah, as it's pointed out to you, you also notice that there is a strange silence around you. And as you continue up the mountain, you find that you have that same prickling sensation on the back of your neck. Your skin kind of crawls, almost as if something's watching you.
You guys weren't followed, right? Because you were behind us, but was there anybody behind you?
I'm gonna
Didn't look.
I'm gonna snap my head back. Be like, I don't think so.
I look now like, no.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look
Well,
around in
it's
general.
probably nothing then.
Okay, go ahead and roll me perception checks if you want to look around for anything.
Do this.
That's
can
for
do this.
anybody. Okay, an
12.
18 from Samara, 12 from Alaris, 7 from Avalon.
Right?
Even with all that
And I'm
height.
not gonna look.
For how big you are, you can't see anything.
I can't
I'm
see
only
over the
looking
tree
forward.
line. Or below the tree line. I can't see.
Samara, you definitely get the sense that no, there's nothing else around here. And something catches your eye. You could have sworn you saw that shadow move.
Just gonna like whisper, like, there's something moving over there.
What?
There's something moving over there. And I'm not. I like go to point, but I like just make it look like I'm playing with my fingers and like kind of like nod my head in that direction.
I think it's a cricket.
Well, in this wooded area, it could be like a squirrel.
It's
Perhaps.
definitely not a cricket, but maybe just keep an eye out.
All right. Sounds like she's never been in the woods, Adon. Haha.
Well, I
Like, kick her in the
so
shin.
much to teach her if that's the case.
Can't wait till she sees a deer. She'll probably freak out.
I would love to see a deer. I would love to see a deer, actually.
I'd love to think that Avalon has to make it so obvious that she's whispering in Adon's ear because she has
I
to
get on my
She's like
tiptoes too.
lean
bend over. Instead of being like fur fur fur, she's like
I'm
As
ready.
you
Yeah.
look over to the shadows, you don't see anything. There's not even a squirrel, not a cricket, nothing.
Well, let's keep going. You guys keep an eye out. I won't.
All right.
Yeah, I'll keep
I
an
have
eye out.
Okay.
4 eyes out.
Eventually, the mountain trail leads to the mouth of a cave.
I love caves. I don't like caves. I hate caves.
You guys
Can
ready?
we fit in this cave?
Oh my god. Be careful, I might step on you. You want to go back and forth with this? Trust me, having someone the size of a Don, we've already been through it.
Bring it.
No. Anyways, get in the cave. I will take up the rear.
Yeah, you will.
I go first. Yeah, I'm in there.
Okay.
I'm in there.
I'll be
In that cave.
I'll be right in front of Avalon.
Well, I guess I'm behind it on.
Excellent. Yes. As you enter the cave, you find that it is quite narrow and you do more or less have to step behind one another. You find it is quite cramped and that you find that bits of pebble have broken free and continue to break free of the walls around you. It does not seem stable. You eventually follow this winding path and it opens up into a chamber. The chamber splits into 2 directions, left and right.
Can I try and
Ooh,
listen
something
to
the
see?
sky, right? What? Went into a cave? Okay, I'll write this down.
Can I try and listen to see if there's any sound coming out of either one?
Yes, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Okay, a 5.
I am deaf.
Tell me why you botched this and definitely don't hear anything. Go ahead and paint a picture for us.
I just be like, I'll like put my ear towards them, and then I'll turn around and be like, Avalon, can you stop breathing so heavily?
What the hell are you talking about?
And I'll turn around like this.
Avalon kind of like goes from like kind of slumping a little bit to like standing to her full height and looking like just looking down at you. It's like I'm breathing just fine.
So, like the general smell of ozone that we got earlier, I'm gonna step in the entrance or of like the doorway of both like paths and see if either of those feel more ozone-y, I guess.
Okay.
Ozone-y.
Go ahead
That's a
and roll me
descriptive word.
perception. $19. Yeah, you do a big sniff, right? Big honkin' sniff. Inhale that ozone. And
Tasty.
it kind of like gets to the back of your mouth, you know? You're definitely just going to be tasting ozone for the rest of the session. But you do get the sense that it is more prevalent in the right-hand pathway.
Okay, guys, it's this one. Let's go.
All right.
And I walk.
We follow.
As you begin to make your way through here, there's suddenly a loud crash and a rumble. You feel the walls, the ground beneath you, everything begins to shake and tremble. There is debris breaking free of the roof and the walls, and you find that your balance is quite precarious. Can I get dexterity saving throws from everybody?
Okay. Thank goodness. Ayo.
Oh,
Yeah.
6 is 13.
Okay. So that's a 13 from Alaris, 17 from Avalon, 19 from Samara, and a dirty 20 from Adon. Alaris, you fall over. You land flat on your butt. But everyone else manages to keep their ground.
I'll hoist her up.
By the collar of my jacket.
Yeah, pretty much.
Earthquake, not. That should not be around here. No, we're nowhere near any sort of, and I'm just gonna mutter to myself about earthquakes for a minute while we keep walking. So I guess just be careful.
Right. I am starting to not like this situation we're in.
The group of
I
you
feel like we're getting close. I
continue,
feel like we're getting really close.
Great.
and the way opens up, and you find that it exits out of the cave and opens up to outside. There appears to be an expanse below you of a great many trees that open up. And in the center, from your vantage point, you can see that there is a large crater. Something has smashed into the earth here and completely sundered everything in its wake. And in the very center, something is glowing. It is glowing intensely, brightly, and it's moving as if it's alive. And that is where we're going to take our break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Do a stretch, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we will be right back. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. So the group is standing at the mouth of a cave on the other side of this tunnel, and you are standing on a plateau that overlooks a swath of forest. And you can see that a comet has smashed down into the woodland below you, and it has eradicated everything within a certain radius. And in the very center, there is something glowing, something moving around as if it is alive. It is some distance away. You will have to scale down from the rocky plateau that you are currently on.
I'm gonna do that, but I am gonna get in front of a Dawn.
I was
will
just
be-
about to turn back to you and ask.
I will be in front of a Dawn. I will be in the front of the group.
So you scale down first and then catch us when we jump.
Nope.
Not even me?
I'll catch a Dawn. I've done
Okay,
it before.
What if Adon and I jump at the same time? And
I
you catch
will-
Adon and I'll just also be holding on.
I don't know if you... No, that won't work.
Hilarious. I can catch you.
Now this I'd like to see.
Fuck off.
Right.
Can you go down without a rope? You need a rope or anything? I could hold it up here. I have
Yeah,
one.
I don't need a rope.
I
How
didn't
big
think
is
you
am.
this? How big is this rocky cliff that we need to scale? Is it also 10 feet?
It looks to be about 25 feet.
Oh, it's much farther down. Okay, we're bringing the ropes out.
Could
Yeah, let's
I
just-
get, what is everyone's passive perception?
Mine's 13.
Okay.
How do you determine that again? Sorry.
It's
It's
12.
it's underneath all of your skills in the box of the sheet.
Mhm. Above your tool proficiencies.
Okay, thank you. Oh, 11.
Okay.
Hey!
Not great.
All right. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Okay.
Clueless people.
Good.
I'm okay with that. I'm focusing on other things.
All right. So one of you pulls out a rope. What do you want to do with it?
What can we tie this to?
You look around.
you-
Avalon!
All right. Tie it to me.
But
And
if
then
she's
one
gonna
by
be at
one-
the bottom.
I'll be
No,
at the top,
She gets
Okay,
to go
okay,
last
okay.
now.
but now.
Okay.
But when you get to the bottom, don't go any closer until I can get down.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Avalon uses the weight and the size of her body to like hold the rope, bring it behind her and hold it, and then she hunkers down.
All right. Go ahead and roll
try to-
me. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna try to scamper down the side of the cliff.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me athletics at advantage.
Yeah. All these athletics, man.
That's an 18. Yeah, you scale down no problem.
That was so close.
That was close.
Perfect.
All right, who's next?
Me.
Go on then.
Go ahead and
Same
roll
as
for
you,
me.
Stella?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Advantage.
That's an 8 or a 11.
All right, excellent. It's a little dicey. Your foot slips, but you manage to catch yourself. And you make your way down.
And Quickfoot's okay? Excuse me.
Nope.
Oh no.
So as you begin to climb down, Quickfoot loses its grip on you and it begins to fall. Adon, you do see this happening.
I want to try to catch it. I'm gonna try to leap and catch it or
Okay.
something.
Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Please don't kill Quickfoot in the first round.
Oh my god.
First game.
How many hit points does he have?
Yeah.
I think.
No,
Oh, not good.
he
Not
has
good.
3 hit points.
Oh, his armor class
Oh,
is 10.
no.
Sorry.
Okay, you manage to catch Quickfoot.
Oh.
This ball of fur just flops right into your arms.
There would have been a riot if Quickfoot died that quickly.
Oh,
I guess we
man.
can't. I guess they can't climb, and I'm gonna hold him in one hand and write down "can't climb" in the other with in my notebook.
So you know how cats, they kind of puff up when they're afraid? Quickfoot has more or less turned into a ball upon itself and has puffed up. And you just see its eyes are like large and it has frozen in fear, and you're literally holding like a ball of fur as you're doing this.
Once Alaris gets down, I'm gonna just. I don't think he's a big fan of me, but here you go. He's okay.
She engulfs him almost. She's not a very big person, and he's not a very big raccoon, but he's covered.
He slowly begins to relax and leans into you and chirps.
Yeah,
Purrs,
sure.
chirps.
Yep.
Raccoon noises.
Who's?
So Samara, you are up on the ledge with Avalon.
Come on now.
I'm going. Goddamn. What check is it? Athletics?
Yes, at advantage if you're using the rope.
Smara, I'll catch you.
I'm just gonna look at
I
it
will
like,
not.
no, thank you.
14, no problem whatsoever. Avalon, you are
God,
by yourself up top.
Is there anything I can tie this rope to?
No.
I will have
I can
to
catch
make.
you. I could try.
I will have
I
to
can
make
try.
the climb myself. With my big feet and my big arms.
Go ahead and roll at normal.
Just punching into the rock wall on your way down.
Wonder Woman style.
21. Easy.
That's so close.
Tell me what this looks like.
Yeah, so she's gonna kind of situate herself like facing away from the ledge so you can see your butt. And then she squats down and just puts her hands down and like lowers herself like this. And then just slowly, like using just like a normal, nothing special. Like she's just climbing down a 20-foot cliff. And then probably when she gets around to like the last 5 feet, she just jumps.
Excellent. You land no problem. As the group of you are down there, you do feel a shiver run through you. You can see your literal breath huff out in front of you.
I'll cozy
Avalon's
up to
gonna be
Avalon.
mom arming the group and pull out her gigantic greatsword.
Okay. Roll me
And-
perception checks, everybody.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm so nervous.
It'll be fine. 14 from Avalon, 6 from Samara,
I'm supposed to be good at this.
Adon with 7, and a 14 from
Beings
Alaris.
of literal magic, like beyond like human like conception, and we cannot make these rolls.
They're like, nah, I can't see.
I don't see.
Apparently, I'm deaf and blind.
We're not used to these eyeballs after 5 years.
Yeah, you know, you've got baby eyeballs.
Baby eyeballs. Boss baby.
Oh, to see.
Boss baby.
Boss baby. Can I get a boss baby in the chat?
Boss baby.
Oh.
Boss baby.
Avalon, with a 14 perception, you see in the corner of your eye something move, and when your head clinks as it looks over towards it, you see that there's a shadow and it is moving. The shadow itself is moving. It is not
that
tethered
cricket
to anything.
that you were talking about.
What are you looking at?
She's gonna raise her sword. And oh geez. Adon, do you know what this is? But like,
If she
'Cause
points
I'm
it out,
gonna
do I see it?
because I'm going to smash it if you don't tell me what it is.
Yeah, as soon as it's pointed out, you can see it. Everybody can.
I don't think that if you try to smash it, it will get smashed per se, because it doesn't seem to have like a physical form. I think it's just a shadow,
A shadow.
but they don't move. On
They
their
don't
own.
move. They don't.
No, they're usually attached to something, aren't they?
Yeah, most of the time.
Is it a spirit?
Slowly moves closer.
All right, all right.
Oh,
all
it's
right,
getting
all right.
closer.
I will step closer to it, trying to get a better look.
Adon? She's
Alaris grabs her collar and already used to this.
You see an incorporeal hand slowly reaching out towards Adon.
Ah,
Avalon's gonna chop that hand off.
It's Adon's hand?
My hand?
Avalon's gonna chop off Adon's hand now.
Interesting turn. Oh, look at that. What's that, Stella?
Can you please select your token? So you want to click on your
No.
token so that there's a little box around it, and then
wait, I'm sorry. Do you want us to go into combat in a D&D show?
I think I want you to roll for initiative. Let's just say that.
I'm so nervous.
ooh.
Not bad, lady.
I didn't select a friggin' token. I thought I did.
It's
happens.
a-okay.
Not
see.
too shabby.
Rolled a 20.
This music is so good.
Oh, we did really good on initiative.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, this is
Look
where
at
the
that.
otherworldly magic is coming in handy.
We get to go first.
I can't hear any music.
You might need to
Hmm.
refresh.
I'm sorry, are there 4 beings out on the table? What's going on here?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
I'm worried about it.
I'm spooked.
I'm so scared.
Wait, where's the button? Descending. Boom. Okay. Yeah, this music is popping. Okay.
I can't hear it.
Do you have the tab muted?
I don't think so, but I'm checking. It says autoplay, block audio. Don't block audio.
There it is.
All right. Avalon, since you specifically said you chop at the hand, go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
Okay.
We'll say this happens before the initiative kicks in.
Yeah.
23. That is absolutely a hit. Okay. So what you see here... Ooh, I need to turn the music down a little.
I was like, woo!
All
Hey,
right.
that's me slicing off the hand.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's still too loud. Hold on. Okay. So you see your blade cut right through it, and it severs for a brief moment, and you hear this, this soft exhale of breath, and slowly it begins to reform. And there is some damage to the incorporeal form, but it seems as if your weapon didn't do as much damage as you think it might.
what I
Perhaps
thought.
only doing half damage.
Perhaps?
Mayhaps.
Maybe.
Mayhaps.
Um,
Resistance?
Yeah. I fucked up. I have to fix that real quick.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. And that happens outside of turn order. And then you see them begin to writhe upon themselves, and more shadows begin to move and slowly begin to encroach on you. So this particular one that Avalon has slashed is in melee distance. The others are about 20 feet away from you. Alaris, you are at the top of the order with 23. What would you like to do?
All right, so Alaris is going to also slash at the one Avalon did. So she takes out her 2 short swords. Now, Alaris as a Gloom Stalker, if it's within the first round of combat, oh my god, where the heck did my character sheet go? She gets a third, like another hit in, and she's got 2 weapon fighting, so she's gonna get 3 hits in.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just roll this manually or in here because it's faster.
Okay, sure, sounds good.
Uno. 9, I'm going to assume does not hit.
9 is a miss.
Yeah. 17.
That does connect.
Okay.
Okay.
7. And then the one for the third one with Dread Ambusher is what it's called. The damage is 1d8 of the weapon. Takes an extra 1d8 of the damage of the weapon's damage type. Oh, so piercing. Okay. So let's see if it hits. 20.
Okay, that is a hit.
And we do 1d8.
Okay. All right, so the same thing. You cut through, you manage to connect 2 of these blows, and you see one slash across the torso, another one across at the hip, and it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you might have anticipated if it were more meaty and less spectral. Anything else for your turn?
No, I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. So we'll say that the creature in front of you has glowing yellow eyes.
Hello.
Adon, it is your turn. You see around you that there are 3 other forms that are beginning to close in from all directions. One has red glowing eyes, another one has blue glowing eyes, and one has orange. And the one that is currently engaged with Alaris and Avalon has yellow glowing eyes.
I'm going to go to the one that they are fighting, and I'm gonna duck around the back so I'm flanked.
Okay.
And then I am going to, first of all, I'm gonna bonus action try to insight check it, see if I can't determine what kind of, like what we can do to actually damage it, because I've noticed that our regular weapons won't work.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and roll me insight. 12.
Not great.
Let's see. With a 12, you get the sense that maybe psionic or psychic damage would be most effective. You get the sense that acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing are resistances. So a lot of
not
things.
a lot of choices here.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, in that case, I will stab it.
Okay.
Or I will take a slash at it.
Absolutely.
There we go. And since I'm flanked, does that get sneak attack? Sorry, I'm not used to how that works.
So the way that sneak attack works in 5e is you do get advantage with sneak attack if it's currently engaged with a party member, I think.
Oh.
I think if it's in melee range.
Yeah, melee range.
Then party member.
Yes.
Oh, that's dope. Okay, perfect.
Yep. So you do get advantage.
Oops.
Okay.
Thank gosh for advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if you click on the word short sword, you'll roll
There
that.
you go.
Perfect. Okay. Wow, lots of damage. Okay. So that's okay. Yeah. You come up and you drive your weapons into the back of this thing, and you can see that it is much paler and much fainter than it used to be. It seems as if it is very weakened in its state of being on this plane of existence, but it is still around.
Gotcha.
Samara, it is your turn.
I think I'm the one closest to us. I'm just gonna take a nice baseball swing with my mace.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, a 9 is a miss. You swing wildly, and it just exhales stuff like disappears for a brief moment and then reappears. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I don't think so.
Avalon, it is your turn.
Whoop! Did you say I was engaged with the...
The one with golden eyes.
Okay.
Literally all of us are currently engaged with.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that one's the
One
closest.
by one.
Right. Amazing. I am going to... I'm just gonna hit him again with my greatsword.
Okay.
Nothing special.
That's a hit.
Amazing.
All right.
Ooh.
Tell me what this looks like as you sunder it.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna... Avalon's gonna kind of take like a... That first slash didn't do so good, so she's gonna kind of like huff herself up and hype herself up and then bring it like all the way over her head and slash down with this great sword down. And like you kind of see like the armor she wears kind of like intensify with the smoke it gives off. She kind of like gets a little like scary for a second, but then she crashes her sword down.
Yeah, and you see the sword just immediately split through this creature, and it just soft exhale as it just dissipates and vanishes with a gust of wind that passes by. And
First
as you
blood, baby.
Yes, and as you all
Yes.
behold this, for a brief moment when you're looking at Avalon, you could swear you see a flash, perhaps a memory of some sort, and you see a being of pure air and smoke somewhere in a realm other than this one. And then before you can think too much on it, it's gone. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I want to close the distance now with the other ones.
Okay.
So can I use my movement to get close to say, let's do the red-eyed one?
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, you run up to it.
Cool.
Right, and it is now their turn. The red-eyed specter will engage you, and you see it moving forward. It moves with an unease and a distortion, as if it were uncomfortable. It certainly does not belong in this realm. You know that much, that this is a being that is from another place and time, and there's something full of malice about it. And as it reaches out towards you, it's an 11 hit.
Does not.
It moves slowly, and you see that its wicked hand turns towards you and tries to grab you, and you're easily able to maneuver out of the way. The blue one is going to come up towards Alaris and do the exact same thing. Sorry.
Damn.
That's a nat 20 right there.
Oh.
Yay, first blood, right?
Yeah.
First blood!
Good job, Stella.
Okay, target must succeed on a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, or your hit point maximum is reduced by the amount equal to the damage taken.
Oh, wow.
You save perfectly fine, but you do take 15 damage.
Well, that sucks.
That's a bit
Damn.
of damage.
So you see this wicked hand, it reaches out towards you, and it seems to somehow penetrate through your armor, through your flesh, and you feel it gripping you. It seems to like close its fingers around the core of your essence, and you feel the fingers burning into you, something vile and wrong. And as it pulls away, you feel yourself fading. But you're still alive.
I don't like that.
You're still alive.
Okay, so I said that was the blue one, right? So And then the orange-eyed one is gonna come up to Adon and try the same thing. Does a 6 hit you?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't.
Excellent.
Thank you.
That is their turn. Alaris, it is now your turn.
Ha! um. Well, she gonna try and smash it with her short sword because that's what she knows.
Do it.
Let's do it. We're gonna. Well, that misses. That one hits.
Yes.
Okay. Just tiny damage.
Excellent. You see it fade right as you tried to stab it with your first blow. It does not connect whatsoever. That was a nat one. Oopsie. And then the other one does connect. Adon, it is your turn. There's one currently engaged with you.
Oh my god, congratulations.
Yay, thank you so much.
Oh my god! Can I see the ring?
Okay, I am going to, seeing the way that they attacked Alaris, I'm going to bonus action insightful fighting. So that is a my insight check against your deception check.
Deception is charisma, I think.
Yeah.
Rolled a 16.
Oh. I don't know which one wins. If they're both
So meets
16.
beats, so you win. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I will get advantage on the attack roll, and then I am going to take a swipe at it again with my little bladed tonfa.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right, this attack appears quite devastating. You very tactically position yourself, and as you swipe at it, you see that one of its arms completely breaks off and it doesn't reform. Your attack
Interesting.
seems to be very effective.
Interesting. Thank you. That is all for me.
Okay. Samara, it is your turn. There is not one engaged with you currently, but you do see one in front of everyone else.
I think I'll go to the one on Alaris and flank it.
Okay.
Take another baseball swing with it, with my mace.
Sure. And just as a reminder, Avalon, Samara, and Adon, you do have advantages. So you can use those at any point
right.
that you want.
Perfect. Thank you.
A 7 will not hit. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I was gonna get pissed and just like kick at the dirt. And I was like,
You kick at the dirt. The dirt goes through the creature, unfortunately.
Hammers and shadows, man. Not a great
Avalon,
match.
it is your turn.
My turn?
Yes.
Oh boy. She's gonna shout at Adon and be like, What seems to work here, big brains?
Different for each one. Blue, good with sword. Yellow, not so much. I don't know about the others yet.
Right. Guess I'll just keep slashing. She's gonna
Yeah.
slash again.
Do it.
Hiya!
Absolutely. 20 is a hit.
Hiya!
Okay. You
And then can I divine smite it?
absolutely. Tell me what divine smite.
Yay!
What does it do?
Moat.
Okay, hold please. I do have to take a spell slot off before I forget. Okay, so divine smite at 2nd level, when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target in addition to the weapon's damage.
Ooh, lovely.
That's so dope.
That is super cool.
So its extra damage is 2d8. So
Okay.
I will roll The 2d8.
That's thick damage. Oh my god.
That is really chunky.
See if I remember how to do this.
Perfect. Okay. Tell me what this looks like as you sunder another one.
I think just like she did with the first one, where she kind of like hyped herself up again, she's gonna do the same thing, except this time, like beneath her mask, there is like not like a bright radiant light, but almost like a black light. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of this like shining purple and black energy that shines out from beneath the mask, and kind of like ignites this big great sword and kind of adds the extra oomph. But she just does a, you know what, I'm not gonna say overhead, I'm gonna say she does a really cool spinny slash move.
Ooh.
She's gonna twirl on one foot, you know, and like as this other foot comes down from the twirl, she's gonna like slam it down and slash the shadow in half.
Yeah, you see it completely explode on contact. You even see that the light that engulfs your blade for this attack, it seems to catch the attention of the other specters, and they rear away from your general direction. They seem shook.
Okay.
Cool.
And you get the sense that your extra oomph definitely did not take any sort of penalty.
Very epic. Love that. Well, I'm just gonna stay right here next to Adon then.
Okay, excellent. It is now their turn. The one in front of Alaris, the blue-eyed fiend, reaches forward again. Does a 14 hit?
Oh god. Hang on. No!
Oh
Okay.
my god.
It's 15!
You see it almost make contact, just a hair away from reaching you. The other one in front of Adon reaches out with an 11. I think that's a miss.
Sorry, you roboted for a quick second. What happened?
It attempts to attack you. Does an 11 hit?
No, it does not.
Okay. You manage to dive out of the way. Alaris, it is your turn.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Yes,
These are the words I use. I'm gonna get it.
that's a hit. Excellent. Ooh, that's a crit. Yes.
Woo!
Back at it.
Oh my god. All right, tell me what this looks like as it is dispatched.
It's dispatched. Get it. So Alaris being very drained, honestly, like she's not doing so hot. Her hands are almost clammy in the fact that, you know, she's had so much life drained out of her. Thanks, Stella.
You're welcome.
And as she does so, she almost drops her sword as she goes in for the first slash, and then the second one she kind of catches herself and comes back with the other one with an uphanded slash to dissipate the
That's dope.
specter.
So as you sever the connection of this creature from the material plane, for a brief moment, everyone that happens to glance your way, they see for a split second your immortal form. What does it look like when you're a being of pure fire and energy and magic?
Alaris's fire is so hot that it burns blue. So when you see her, it's almost like her body ripples with blue flame and purple, and then just the hint of the red and the yellow and like a pink, kind of almost like a sunset behind it. And it's just like a form of her shape, small as it is currently. Even in her immortal shape, she is not a large being, but she is just burns with such intense fire that it's blue.
Yeah, and as soon as you see it, it's gone. And Alaris is just a changeling? Question mark?
Question mark? Nobody knows.
A person! Exclamation point. Adon, it is your turn.
Are there any currently engaged with us, or did the other ones like run away?
The other ones are destroyed. There's one left and it's in front of you.
Oh, convenient. Okay. In that case, I will insightful fighting again. Insight into deception.
Okay. You do not succeed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, then in that case, I'm just gonna try to hit it anyways.
Okay.
Did that go through? Oops. I think it's twice.
Okay. 11 is a miss. 17
Okay.
is a hit.
Well, I accidentally rolled twice. I only have one attack,
okay.
so
Gotcha.
it's just a miss.
Unfortunately, you miss. Samara, it is your turn. There's only one left, and it is front of Adon.
I'm just gonna stomp over to the one in front of Adon and be like,
Bad.
third time's the charm, and then just bonk it on the head.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna sit.
As you like stomp forward, the specter looks right at you. It waves out of the way and just says, "No."
Fuck you.
I have a question, DM.
Yes.
Does my passive wisdom perhaps catch this little debacle in the midst of battle? Can
Yes.
Avalon see what's going on?
Yes.
Good. Duly noted for later.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh
Avalon, it's your turn.
Fantastic. I'm gonna do what I do best. And slash it.
Yeah.
No divine smite this time.
Okay. That's a hit. Okay. You render a devastating blow. It flickers almost like a flame disturbed on a candle, and it washes out for a brief moment and then it returns. It seems to be quite weakened. It will turn towards you, Avalon, and it attempts to grab at you with both hands. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay.
I'm too slippery.
Alaris, it's your turn.
How far away is it?
It's about 20 feet from you. Currently, everyone else is engaged with it.
Okay, cool. Alaris is gonna pull out her longbow.
Okay.
She's gonna shoot it from a safe distance
Absolutely.
of not getting grabbied. I don't know how this works. Can I do a second? No, I don't think I can do a second shot with longbows, like as a 2-weapon fighting thing, right?
I'm not sure. Probably not.
Don't think so.
A 20 is a hit.
It's a 12.
Okay, 12. Tell me what this looks like.
Oh no. So Alaris, hyped on what just happened, that she took out the spectral that got her the first time, that really hurt, pulls out her arrow from a safe distance, because she ain't about that life for a second time, licks her fingertips, pulls the arrow back, and aims right for its glowing eyes and looses one shot right into the eyeball. I don't think it's a ball.
We see as it goes through a spectral skull, pierces directly through this eyeball, and we see as it just cuts right over Avalon's shoulder, and you can hear like a slight tink as the corner of your arrowhead just barely grazes Avalon's armor, and then it embeds itself into a tree on the other side. That's the end of combat.
Avalon like really slowly, like classically, like looks over her shoulder over at Alaris, and then stands up, kind of adjusts her armor.
There are no bodies, right? There's nothing left.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay.
With a 5, you look around. There are definitely no bodies.
Yeah. I can see that much.
You suspect that even if there were traces of something, it's quite dark. Even though you can see in the dark, it doesn't mean that, you can see everything. It's kind of shades of gray.
Yeah.
Well, that seems like the lot of them.
1, 2.
Ow!
Well, I'm gonna walk up to Alaris and cast Healing Word.
All right. Go ahead and roll some healing.
6.
Hey!
Ex-
Thank you.
Tell us what this magic looks like. You can take complete creative license here. Make it look, smell, feel, whatever you want.
Yes. Okay.
Well,
So I'm just gonna like grab her hand, and it's gonna look kind of like water is like just flowing from me to her. She's gonna get that faint hint of like ocean water.
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 Are you, Alaris, fire? What was? Did you see that?
Me?
Any of you? I guess you
No.
Okay.
Saw Samara fumble the ball a little bit, but other than that,
You know what? Fuck off.
Samara, but did you see that? You didn't see the fire either? Okay, that's okay. I'll remember it later.
all right, Adon, this weird rock thing is yours.
Okay, and I'm gonna take off almost full sprint towards it.
I really hope those are the only
Oh yeah,
monsters.
thank you.
That we
Sorry,
are
that
going
was
to
just me
find.
casting it, using it.
No problem. Yeah, so we see Adon just sprint off towards this crater. You can see that the crater dips like a good 10 feet. It is a slope, so you could literally
I
just
wanna
ride
slide
it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still see this glowing object just running around in circles, moving, writhing in the very center of the crater. And are you going to approach quietly, full speed ahead?
Basically full speed. I'm gonna while I'm moving towards it, I'm gonna put my gloves on. I'm gonna put my goggles down, just ready to check this thing out, and then I'm just gonna slide down the side of the crater and get right up as close as I can to it.
Okay.
Uncontested.
Whatever it is, it seems to notice you right at the edge, especially because you're not being quiet about this, and
Yeah.
it stops and it looks right at you. Whatever it is, it's too bright to make out the distinct shape of it. And as you continue forward, you do get the sense that it's not violent, it's not aggressive, it's just waiting as it looks at you. And as you get closer, this light seems to engulf you, and everyone else that's looking, they can't really see you anymore.
Shit.
Where'd she go?
Follow.
Oh, God damn it. I'm just gonna kind of hustle down the hill to
Okay.
go get her small friend.
So do all of you hustle loudly? How do you want to approach this?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, probably not
I'm
being
not
that quiet
sneaking.
about it.
Yeah.
So Avalon's chunk, 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 chunk.
Yeah, literally clink, 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 clink.
Excellent. Yeah, so the group of you slide down the edge of this crater and you join together there. And Adon, what you see as you squint into this pure light, you're able to make out the shape of a hound. You see that it
Fascinating.
appears to be like a Great Dane. It is a very large dog. And it sits down on its haunches and it looks up at you. It seems to have a bit of a regal bearing and its chin is tilted up. Its eyes are focused right on you. And when you look at it, it appears to be made out of pure white. And you see this glowing aura all around it. And its eyes are the only thing that don't emit the light. You see the eyes appear to be void-like, like the darkness of space. You can see faint stars in the distance if you stare too long.
About how big? How big? If I'm standing 5'1", how many times bigger is it than me?
So it's sitting down. Its head is about chest height with you. It's very
Okay.
large.
Wow. Okay. I'm
So if it were
going
to stand up on its feet, it would probably be taller than Avalon.
Yeah. So I'm going to very slowly reach into my bag, which I keep all my trinkets from where I find cool stuff, and I'm gonna pull out a stick.
Okay.
I'm going to hold it in front of the puppy. Say, is this you wanna fetch? And I'm gonna toss it to the side, see if it behaves like a regular dog or if it's too good for that.
Okay. Yes. So it looks at you, watches the stick, and you throw the stick. It watches the stick go off into the distance. It thuds kind of limply in the ground over that way. And then it looks back at you and it sighs.
Is Avalon down there by now?
Yes. The group of you come up. You see
I found a
Adon
dog.
throw a stick.
I found a dog.
Would
It's a
I
dog.
recognize this hound as one of the hounds that I have seen before in a past life?
Go ahead and roll me a history check. Everybody can roll it.
History check.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
History.
18 from an Avalon.
Oh, that's a 3.
3 from Alaris. Adon with a 16, Samara with a 14. So everyone but Alaris. Yeah. This is vaguely familiar. So the group of you, and probably part of why Alaris doesn't remember this, is because you were beings of great power and great responsibility. So the smaller kind of micromanaging roles and various functions of your, I don't want to say cult, but
Oh, yeah, you can say Colt.
Our group.
your service, you didn't really meddle with, the lesser or the, the pawns and the little intricate workings. You were the bigger picture, right? You did the commanding armies and you were the leader roles and such. And so, Laris, you probably just never got involved in whatever this is. The others, you do vaguely remember that, yes, Hecate is, the goddess of magic and also the goddess of thresholds. And one of her major symbols is a dog. And you do have the sense that perhaps this is an astral being of some kind. Obviously not of this world, literally came from the sky.
Yeah.
But it's kind of difficult to make that connection because also a million other things use dogs too.
I'm just going to sit myself down right in front of it and kind of like look into its eyes and see if I'm just gonna be jotting down whatever I can discern from this, like physical characteristics and everything.
Okay. Samara, what are you doing?
I don't know.
You see this dog that you don't recognize exactly what it is, but it is a being of pure light and energy. Kind of vaguely reminds you of the way you used to be. You just see Adon sit down in front of it. What is Avalon doing?
I think Avalon's gonna put her sword in the dirt and reach her hand out to the big wolf dog hound.
Okay. As you reach out, it sighs again. You get the sense that it is annoyed. And
Feel that?
it leans its head back away from you and it says, without moving its jowls, you hear this sort of disembodied voice. I would not advise that if I were you. I am sure it would burn your fingers off your hand.
This one talks. This one talks.
Do we all hear this, or is it just Avalon?
Yes, you all hear it. It
Is
has
it
a bit
common?
of an echoing sound to it. Sorry, what was the question?
Oh, I asked if it was common or in common.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, who are you? What are you here for? Where did you come from? The sky? Where in the sky?
I have been looking for the four of you for many, many years. I have been traveling from realm to realm to find The champions of Hecate.
Champions.
Sorry, what?
Champions. Champions. Okay. What?
Are you okay with this? What?
Hearing that, Avalon is gonna kneel down to the hound and like bow her head, like yes.
Yes, so when it says champions of Hecate, you're like, oh, hey, that's me.
That's me.
The hound cocks its head at you, Avalon, but then it looks over to Samara.
What's your name? Who are you?
I am a servant of Our Lady of the Dark Moon.
Our Lady of the Dark.
I do not have a name. I am a spirit. I, too, have been cast out of the realm of magic.
What? Why were you casted out?
I do not know why. All I knew is that you were out here somewhere in the cosmos, and it was my duty to find you and try to assist you in any way that I can to make your way back to Hecate's Grove.
You're telling me that these other two are the other two champions? These two.
As you look towards one another now, with this in mind, yeah, you can kind of see it now. Almost as if you kind of squint your eyes a little bit. You know, the vague shapes of their pure energy selves would totally fit on the, whatever they are now. Meat suits.
It's gonna look at Avalon, who's obviously like looking at us with a bad taste in her mouth, and be like, "Yeah, fuck you." I know you're not happy about it.
You're telling me that you two were the ones I knew in the Grove long time ago.
I guess so.
Yeah, now we're talking about it, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Adon, did you not recognize either of these two? As did I.
No, I've seen quite a few people. These didn't stand out to me or anything. Actually, I have a question for you, Mr. Spirit Dog, please. I point to Alaris, or I motion to Alaris. I mean, fire? Does that mean anything to you? Is it? Does she fire?
She fired.
She fired. She fired.
Champions, you were once the most powerful embodiments of the elements in which our goddess commanded. Your very essence are these elements. You of fire, you of air, you of water, and you, looking at Adon, of earth.
Powerful. Okay. So I used to be powerful. Okay. That's okay. So you were sent here to meet with us, but what now? What are we supposed to do?
Is the Grove intact?
I have been unable to reach the grove.
Remember a grove? Okay.
It does make sense that you would be confused. You had a profound connection with the grove, and it was severed when the plane of magic collapsed. I do not know what caused this, but I do know that we have the ability to travel between realms, and with enough time and power, we will be able to return. There are figments of our goddess all throughout the realm, I could sense her power as I entered this plane, and it is what brought me here. Now that I am with you, I can sense that there is such a force nearby. It is there, and you see the creature turning its head towards the direction of Waterdeep.
Right.
What kind of force? What a being? Something sentient? Something alive? Is it like a stone? Like a gemstone? What are we looking for?
It could take any sort of shape. Perhaps
Helpful.
not any one individual one. Hold on, scrolling through my notes. It looks over towards Adon. You were the weird W-Y-R-D.
Alaris actually starts laughing.
Well, you know, the powerful might not have followed, but at least that one did, so.
God. You were the weird of... God. Why did I choose that? Why did I choose that one word? You possess great powers of divination. When is the last time you sought out the spirits and asked for their guidance?
Well, I mean, I that's not something I really knew that I could do, so it's been a while, needless to say. I can try.
It slowly sits up, and it easily looms over you as you're sitting down here, and it tilts its head so it's looking straight into your eyes, and it says, "Clear your mind."
That's really hard to do, but okay. And I will stare at a blank page in my notebook and try my hardest to clear my mind.
Relax away from your mortal form. Try to remember the grove. You need to calm yourself.
I think I'm ready.
And as you try to relax, you see a vision. It almost seems as if it forms on the blank page in front of you. If anyone else were to look, they don't see anything. But you see as if someone was dropping drops of ink, and they begin to spread out and bleed into different shapes. You see the same garden, filled with twisted trees, entwined with moonbeams, shadowed ponds, kissed by starlight, and long lavender fields where hounds used to play, chasing polecats, which are ferrets. You see the grove of Hecate, and you feel a sense of warmth in your chest. This is home. This is where you're supposed to be. This is where you grew up, where you were made, where you spent all of your time. And you can vaguely feel a presence. And when you finally look away, you realize that your eyes had been closed and there's nothing actually on the page in front of you. And you see something tucked into the pages of your notebook that you didn't notice before.
Flip over and pick it out.
There's a small piece of paper, and it appears crumpled. It appears quite old. There's a few stains on it. It has transferred some dirt into your journal. And as you pull it out, you notice it's a want ad for some help. Seems to be a job pulled from a quest board. It says, "Need assistance finding a missing person. Will pay in advance. Please assist."
Okay. I think I understand, Mr. Spirit Dog, sir. And I'll turn to Avalon. I think I know what we need to do. I think I have an idea.
Great.
Are you ready?
Are we going right
And
now?
I look very scared.
Right. I think we need to take a moment here. Because I don't think we've been properly introduced now knowing this information. Now would I recognize these two? They kind of look a little similar.
Yes. As you turn away and look towards Alaris and Samara, you remember them in their primal forms. And as you look back to Avalon, you see her as her primal form. And as everyone's attention shifts away from the dog suddenly stops glowing.
Oh,
And
puppy.
it begins to shrink. And it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks until there's nothing left but a small stone figurine made out of smoky quartz that is vaguely dog-like. It sort of clatters onto the ground.
Mind if I? And I'm gonna reach to grab it. You guys mind if I just
Yeah, I just want it after you.
Okay. And then yeah, I'm gonna examine it. Do I feel any like heat as if this was a living thing a moment ago, or is it just like pure stone at the moment?
As you touch it, it's quite hot. You actually have to kind of jumble it around
yeah.
a little bit. It very quickly fades and then turns to the temperature of your hand.
Okay. I'll pass it to Samara.
I'm just keeping it.
Okay. Go ahead and add a smoky quartz figurine to your inventory.
Woo!
Yeah, so as the group of you are looking at each other, Avalon, why don't you tell us what your primal form looks like?
Okay, so, oh my goodness. So, imagine, like, this, like very elaborate, big armor, but, like, made of, like, wisps of, like, more of, like a white smoke. And, like, starlight sparkles and fun stuff like that, but very elaborate, sharp points, like Skyrim dragon armor almost.
Ooh.
With kind of this like long, like white, made of starlight hair, but it's also kind of like airy, so it wisps around. And then bright, bright skin, but with like void eyes, like the dog.
Ooh.
And then a long, also like white cape. But then there are also like small swirls of like black smoke that mix in there. But yeah, just this big kind of paladin looking primordial being of air.
Nice. Love it. And what do we see when we look at Samara?
Samara in her primal form is even taller, probably lengthening around 7.5 feet tall, 8 feet tall.
Boy.
She pretty much doesn't have like a full mermaid tail, but you can see that she has scales. And her hair is still the same, but much longer, just like flowing around her, and her eyes are glowing instead of just a flat white. And she has gills on the side of her, on like her torso. So
What about Adon?
When you look at Adon in her primal form, if you look at her feet, it looks like very like crudely molded out of clay, like humanoid feet, but like a child like tried to mold it out of clay. And then the farther you go up her body, the clay starts to crumble, and then by the time you hit her torso, it's just a dust storm. She's just a storm of sand and rubble and whatnot, just swirling around, but maintaining a vaguely humanoid shape with no defining features or eyes or anything like that.
That's so cool.
That's awesome. Alaris, do you want to describe your primal form again?
Yeah, so she's, the blue flames that kind of lick up her body. It is still humanoid shaped, again, super small. Her hair seems almost like a tempest of fire behind her. It all kind of blends into one big fiery shape with just like this hint of a humanoid female shape to it, but mostly she just is fire. That's it. She's just a fiery girl.
And when
Love
you
it.
look at Quickfoot, you just realize Quickfoot is just literally a raccoon. That's it.
Yup, he's just a raccoon.
There's nothing magical
Ain't
about
nothing
him.
special about that boy. That he cute.
Aw. What if he was like a lich? We're all like, wow, look at us.
He's the big bad evil guy. Just
Exactly.
smile over
Yeah.
I mean, he did almost die.
raccoon.
Well, I didn't think I'd ever see either of you guys again.
It has been a while.
Been a very long 5 years. The concept of time, it's something that is quite exhausting and new and did take quite an adjustment period for me.
Yeah, it's not been a smooth ride, that's for sure.
Mm-mm. She kind of
It's
like
been a
her.
smooth ride.
Oh,
I've lost all of my research. That was millennia. And I have 5 years. 5 years. This is pathetic.
you're gonna
Okay.
get plenty of time. Think it's just a fresh start. You get to take it all over
Fresh start.
again.
Fresh start. Okay.
Avalon's like demeanor's kind of different. She's like kind of like a little more like stoic and regal. Not so much kind of sassy and bitchy. Like, I apologize for my demeanor earlier. I had no quite idea about what we had ourselves into. I must admit these 5 years have changed me at my core. So she kind of like bows her head. She's like, I greatly apologize and hope you will accept my. Okay, great. Amazing.
Stop
I'm just
it.
gonna.
I
I'm
kinda
gonna
liked
lift
it.
her head up, like with one of my fingers. Like, you don't need to do that.
All right. Well,
I appreciate the sentiment.
more like sediment looks at Adon.
That's me. That is me.
All right. Well, if that hound was wanting anything, did he show you anything then, Adon?
Yeah. I think the force that he was talking about, is either, and I'll hold up the little wanted paper, is either with this person that we're meant to find, or we'll find it along the way on our mission here. But I think that's our next.
Was
That's
that pamphlet that fucking bear owner slipped into?
No, different pamphlet. Different pamphlet.
Different pamphlet? Thank God, because I
Wait,
thought
the
we were
bear
gonna go-
owner's real?
Yeah. Here's a pamphlet, and I'll show her the other pamphlet.
I have fought beings that are beyond this realm. I have fought hydras. I have fought everything, and you don't believe that I wrestled a bear?
In a tavern? No. What the?
It happened.
Huh?
And then she kind of like sees that she's getting flustered again, and kind of like, fine, it's fine. I don't need you to believe me. It happened. It's not like I'm trying to prove anything. All right.
Can Alaris will ask to see the pamphlet of the missing person? Does she?
Yeah, I'll pass it around.
In her dealings with unsavory types, does she recognize the pamphlet or who's missing or anything along those lines?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Can I assist her in that?
Sure. The two of you kind of hunker together and look at it.
Okay, we're doing that. Normal history. Oh well, we
Okay.
know the same amount of stuff, my dear.
So you look at it and you're like, yeah, I've seen this before. You might have scoured the quest board at some point, and you remember this particular pamphlet because it signed with an elegant hand, and it said to seek out someone named Lily at the yawning portal, and to come an hour after sunset. And you remember this particular one because you had a off conversation, and you were like, "Oh, look, this handwriting is very fancy for a very ratty-looking piece of paper."
How much does it pay?
It says 10 gold.
And where did we have to go?
Yawning portal.
Yawning portal.
Yawning portal.
Where the bear was. Question. How much money does Alaris owe people?
Let's see.
A lot.
Yeah, like not a small amount, not 10 gold.
I'm sorry, debts?
855 gold pieces.
Oh!
So something perhaps I should tell you since we've been in this realm. I have been trying to continue my job with moving goods and people from place to place. And I may have taken out a small loan to get, myself up and running.
Right.
Currently, I have 2 days to pay it. And it's, 850 gold?
Sorry.
Did you say? Yeah.
I'm so...
You're not planning on paying that, are you?
Well, we can either, kill everybody that I owe money to, or pay it, or leave Waterdeep. So those are kind of our options here.
We are beings of magic.
Mhm.
And what? We don't need to pay debts. What are you talking about?
I agree, but we are also kind of squishy at the moment in our current forms.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. I don't know what happens if these forms break.
Well, if we're gonna, we can't pay. I have no money. You don't have no money. And if we're gonna leave, we better find this person fast, because that 10 gold is not gonna cover what you owe.
No, I don't think so. I might have also broken their boat.
Oh, so increase the price a little bit.
How did you manage that? No, we're staying on this topic. How did you
I
manage
feel like it was on
that?
purpose.
Well, I mean, we were on the water, and it's not, it's not the best.
The
Place
rocks
for
were up
a-
on you.
Be on a
rocks
water?
and stuff. Fire people don't like water. That's where I was, and I might have panicked slightly, and I may have driven the boat into some rocks.
I was sleeping.
Oh my god.
You slept through driving boat into rocks. Okay.
Well, she woke up once we hit the rocks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that makes
left her
more sense.
unsupervised,
Yeah.
Right. So, we have to find this person, get some gold in 2 days. Right.
1.5 at this point, I think, by the
Shit.
time, we've been here since I had that
I
encounter.
didn't even get to eat.
We
Well,
should probably keep going.
we should go.
You can eat at the yawning portal.
True.
You can see the destruction of that fucking bear, and then you will know.
Yeah, the bear.
You think the bear is still there?
No. Let's go.
So, the camera slowly pulls away as we see the 4 of our lovely champions trying to scramble out of the crater.
Not graceful.
Yeah, it's not graceful. It's a bit difficult. The walls of the crater are quite dirt and loose, and lots of slipping, and probably a few curses out into the night air. And that is where we're going to end our session for today. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope y'all enjoyed this first episode. Wow.
Oh, I was so into it. I was like, right, next scene, let's do it. And I'm like,
Right?
"Whoa."
Right? That was so much fun.
I'm so glad that y'all enjoyed it. So we're gonna go around real quick, and we're gonna have a little few words with our lovely cast here. Tell us about who you are, where we can find you, and what was your favorite part of the episode today. And we're gonna go the other way around, and we'll start off with Giggly.
All right, guys, I'm Giggly. You can find me here on Twitch at Giggly Dendrolagus, or on Twitter at Giggly Dendro. Yeah, I gotta say my favorite part was listening to everybody's description of their primal figures. That was really cool. Yeah. I'm excited for next session.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, we have EJ.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for the fun session. I'm EJ. You can find me at Twitter at emeanly. That's E-mean L-Y. And my favorite part of tonight was bugging the crap out of Avalon.
I love the dynamic that we have all the way around the table.
Me too.
In between and around. It's so good. Oh, and next we have Bravo.
Okay, you can find me at Bravo. That's 5 R's. BRRRRRAVO. Wow, I haven't done that in a long time. Oh my gosh.
I got chills.
You're multiplying.
So yeah, you can find me here at Twitch at that, as well as Twitter and Instagram. I also run a D&D channel over, well, not D&D, but like tabletop. It's everything. I run a channel with my friend Nick over at the Monty Hall. Yeah, my commissions are opening soon, so just keep an eye out for that.
Yay.
Oh, and my favorite part, I think my favorite part was us meeting on the trail and just immediately like two like rams just like butting heads like, no, this is my trail. No, this is my trail. Oh, really?
It doesn't have your name in it.
Yeah.
Immediately writes name in it.
Yeah. Our first meeting was perfect.
I love it. Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, we have Dungeon Dame.
That's me. I am gonna right off the bat be Bravo, you stole my favorite part because that was also my favorite part. I could not stop laughing. So fun. But you can find me here on Stella's channel or in her Discord. I pretty much don't do anything else these days. But you can also find me on Twitter at Dungeon_Dame or my Instagram, which is the exact same. And that's it. But you can mostly just find me here. Come here next week and watch more.
Yay! I'm Stella Luna. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. We do a lot of TTRPG stuff here. We also do a few community marathons as well. So if you've ever wanted to play in a game and you don't want to commit to like a whole campaign or anything like that, we do one-shots and everyone is invited. Literally all you need is a microphone. You don't even need a camera. And the best way to sign up for that is to hop into the Discord. Link is there in the chat. And the links of where you can find all these lovely ladies also there too. Please, 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 please consider giving them a follow, whether it was on Twitch or Twitter, and come share the love with them. And if you're new to this channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, if we made you smile or laugh, consider giving us a follow. That way you can help support us, and also you get notifications for when we go live. We will return next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you can join us. And just want to say real quick, thank you so much to Uncaged Anthology for all of the awesome stories that we are going to play. We're going to be diving into our first encounter and adventure next session. So like, you know, just imagine the camera fading to black and then it says Chapter 1, Made in Waterdeep.